Hi, since this channel has basically become a Genshin channel that uploads random stuff, I figured I'd go over my account and show you guys what 1 year of not touching grass looks like. And yes, I ran out of idea, that's why I'm doing this video. So this video is basically just gonna be an account showcase where I go over my character and basically what I have invested in them so far. So first, let's go over some information. I am AR-58. Waffles, don't ask why it's not Smoogles, and drip over damage, that's a fucking lie. Let's also go over my abyss record. I've actually never reached 36 star abyss. My highest attempt was 35 star. I think this was the last abyss cycle, and it also goes to show that my account is not that insane. This account is a low spender account. I basically buy nothing but the Welcome Moon. I've bought the Battle Pass once. I've never bought any gem, but then again, after the bonus reset, you can't really tell anymore. These were from the Welcome Moons, yes, and it is true. I did buy the kitchen. So just to go over how this video is going to be formatted, I'm going to split this into 3 big sections that goes over basically the 3 main roles of Genshin characters. So we have the main DPSs, the sub DPSs, and finally the supports. Starting with DPS, we have to talk about Xiao. Xiao was my first, I guess, main 5-star DPS. Before him, I used Fischl and Shangling as my DPSs, and I was on that Xiao train like ever since the game came out, and ever since I caught wind of, oh, there's this character in beta who does this cool thing where he goes into a transformation where every time he presses ult comes 1.3, I think. I got him. So this is my current Xiao, level 90 out of 90, 2k attack, and 77 crit rate, and 189 crit damage, basically 190. Decent stat, not the best. Could be better, but like not the best. He is holding his signature weapon, the Jade Spear, which I was pretty lucky to get like right after his banner. Artifacts, bread and butter, 2 Viridescent, 2 Shimenawa's Reminiscence, or you can also substitute it with Gladiator if you happen to have good Gladiators. Constellation 0, I only went for 1 copy of Xiao because like the only constellation that I see is worth it is C6. And yeah, unless you're well, don't go for C6. Talent 10, 7, 9. I should really triple crown him, but the thing is that like I've been finding it really hard to like triple crown any character. So yeah, that's Xiao, my oldest DPS, the DPS I have the most investment in. Let's move on. Eula. I got her in 1.5 in her original banner, of course, because she's a cryo mommy. She's actually on the lower side of investment. She is 80 out of 90, 2k attack. She does have 60% crit rate and 149% crit damage, basically 150. Not the best, once again. Weapon, she is holding the fish sword, the swordfish, whatever it's called. It was the limited weapon that you could get a while back, and apparently it's good on her, so I've been using, but it looks pretty dumb on Eula. Artifacts, 2-piece Pale Flame and 2-piece Bloodstain. Constellation 0. And talent 8, 6, 10. Again, these could be way better. Alright, Hu Tao. Yes, this is my third like 5-star DPS, the big one. And if you've seen the poll video, you know what Hu Tao is packing. Almost 2k attack without her E. I think she go up to like 3k with her E. And 65% crit rate, 237% crit damage, which is decent investment. The reason why her crit damage stat is so bloated is because of this. I do have an R1 Homa on her. Artifact, I'm running her on 4-piece Shimenawa just because I refuse to farm the Crimson Witch domain. Shimenawa is just way easier to get. And of course, I do have her Constellation 1. Talents 8, 8, 6, even less investment than other character. I still think that she hits a lot harder than Xiao or Eula. And then we have Mr. I made a mistake himself, our Takito. He is probably my least invested DPS just because I didn't expect to have him. 1100 attack, 60% crit rate, 80% crit damage. Not great at all. He is holding the free-to-play R3 Wakeline. And artifacts, of course, 4-piece husk. The main reason why he have such low stat is because this domain just refused to give you like good artifact. But nonetheless, Constellation 0, talent level 858. Pretty decent investment, considering I did not expect to have it at all. I do have one more character that I want to show off. Yanfei. I have some investment in Yanfei because I do enjoy her playstyle somewhat. And she's like my only viable 4-star DPS, or main DPS almost. So she's 80 out of 80. Like I said, like not that much investment in her. 1600 attack and 50% crit rate, 126% crit damage. She is holding the Dodogo Tail, which is a limited weapon you could get back in 1.6, I remember. Artifacts, 4-piece Wanderer's Truth main. Constellation 0 at talent level 867. So now that we're done with the, I guess like the entirety of the main DPSs, I want to move on to the sub DPSs. So first, let's go over the 5-stars. So Mona. Mona was one of the first character I got. She is level 80 out of 90. Attack, 1200 attack, and a 49.3% crit rate with a 220% crit damage. Yes, her stat is not that balanced. The main reason why is because of the wizard. This weapon is just broken on like DPS callous user. I don't use Mona as a DPS, but I do like big damage. So this is why it's on her. Artifacts, pretty standard, 2-piece Noblesse and 2-piece Heart of Death. Constellation 0. And talent 668. The 6 in auto attack here is the period when I tried to make her my main DPS, which didn't work out that well. Then we have Jean. Jean is a character that I lost a 50-52 on the original 1.3 Hu Tao banner. She is 80 out of 90, currently rocking 1500 attacks and 49% crit rate, 153% crit damage. I have a bad habit of building sub DPS like how I would build main DPS, which I try to get them to at least 50% crit rate and then around at least more than 100% crit damage. Weapon. She is holding the Black Sword. This is the only battle class weapon that I have, and I kind of regret not picking the Serpent Spine, but I think Black Sword is not bad. It's just that there's so many better 5-star sword options like Myth Splitter or Jade Cutter that the Black Sword kind of got overshadowed. Artifacts wise, she is going for a 2-piece Viridescent and 2-piece Gladiator. More of a DPS build, but I mainly use her in a sub DPS position. Constellation 1, yes, I did get her again. I think that was on the standard banner. Maybe, maybe not. I can't tell for sure. Talent level 677. Yes, I did try to make her my main DPS for a while. And then we go to the crown jewel. Literally. Raiden Shogun. 80 out of 90. 2300 attack. She is rocking 48.9% crit rate and 173% crit damage with a total of 271% energy recharge. And the main reason why is because, yeah, she has Engulfing Lightning. Artifacts, classic 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate, her signature build, and Constellation 0. I did regret not going for more Constellation because her C2 and C3 is definitely really good. However, I'm happy with the Engulfing Lightning. Talent level 6610. I am definitely considering triple crowning her just because she's one of my favorite characters. But then again, no resources.
Another universe and founded paradise for I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der
Okay, Fischl. And now there's the 4-star sub DPSs. So we're gonna start with Fischl. She is 80 out of 80, 63% crit rate and 85% crit damage. Weapon, she is holding the Wimble Ode, which is another limited weapon you could get back in, I think, 1.4. Artifacts, 2-piece Thundering Fury and 2-piece Shimenawa Reminiscence. Yes, I chose to build her kind of like a main DPS. C2, I do not have a C6 visual. I wish I did, because her C6 is apparently very powerful. Talent level 766. Yeah, this is... You can see that this is where I try to make her my main DPS right here. Didn't work out so well. And then Shangling. Everybody knows how broken Shangling is. And yes, I was on that train when like the catch first came out and everybody was basically building her. She's currently at 1200 attack, 57% crit rate, and 102% crit damage. Ideally, I want her crit rate to be a bit lower, just because of the catch passive. Of course, she's holding the catch. Artifact-wise, she is rocking the 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. I think it is her current best in slot, especially when combo with the catch. And then Constellation, I do have C6 Shangling, which makes her incredibly broken. 10 level 6, 9, nice. And then 11. Xingqiu, another extremely broken support slash sub DPS character. 80 out of 80, 1300 attack, and 54% crit rate, 108% crit damage. So basically a perfect 1-to-2 ratio with 201% energy recharge. So he is, I say, pretty well built with a R2 stack sword at 80 out of 90. And artifacts wise, he's rocking the 2-piece Noblesse and 2-piece Heart of Death. Pretty standard. Constellation 6, once again, makes Xingqiu extremely broken. Talent level 1, 9, 11. So yeah, this is a completely meta slave build. Then we have Beidou. Yet another one of my favorite characters. Yes, I think I do have a thing for Electro Mommies. I don't have many characters who is at 90 out of 90, and she's one of them. Her attack is currently sitting at 1600 with a 70% crit rate and 201% crit damage. Yeah, her stat is pretty decent. The only department that I'm pretty bad at is her energy recharge, which is only at 111%, which is not ideal. The weapon she's holding is the Black Cliff Sasha, mainly for drift. Not because I don't have a better claymore to put on her. Artifacts wise, she is going for 2-piece Thundering Fury and 2-piece Noblesse Supplies. So her build is kind of split between being a main DPS and a sub DPS, which is not ideal. Constellation, again, C6. You don't really need C6. C2 is where she gets really broken. But C6 is nice. Talents level 8, 12, 12. Another character that I'm really considering triple crowning. And finally, Miss Rosaria. She is sitting at 26% crit rate and 178% crit damage. Artifacts, 4-piece emblem. I don't have a lot of Blizzard Rare, so this is why she's sitting on this. Constellation 2 and Talent 666. Very holy. And now, since we're finished with sub DPS, we're gonna move on to the support section. And we're gonna have to start off with Venti. Venti is actually the first 5-star I got. Unfortunately, however, I do not have a lot of investment on him, but it doesn't really matter because Venti is just a walking burst button that doesn't even need investment to function. He is 80 out of 80. His Elemental Mastery is actually really low. I wish it could be higher, but artifact stats. Yeah, and he's also sitting at around 203 energy recharge, which is decent. Weapon-wise, he does have his best in slot, or 4-star best in slot, the Stringless. Artifact-wise, a 4-piece Viridescent, which is his best in slot, has been since day 1, and still is. Constellation 0, and Talent 268. Then we have Mr. CEO of Geo himself, Zhongli. This is a shield bot build. He is sitting at 39k health, which is not that high, and 954 attacks, which I think is the lowest so far. His energy recharge is at 140, which is not ideal. Don't ask about his crit rate and crit damage. The reason why it's this way is because before I have Shangha, I had him as a burst support. So yeah, this is why his crit rate and crit damage are so high, even though he's currently on a shield bot build. Of course, Black Tassel and Artifact, of course, 4-piece Millilith. I do have this on crit damage instead of HP. Ideally, you just stack HP on him and get to like 50k health. I'm not doing that. Constellation 0, talent 688. And then Shangha, the newest addition to the collection. She is currently sitting at 3100 attack, which is technically the only stat that matter on her, aside from energy recharge, of which she has 206. Her weapon of choice is Skyward Spine, which is all around decent spear, not as good as like something like Calamity Queller or Engulfing Lightning, but still pretty decent for a spear support. Artifact, best in slot, which is currently 2-piece Gladiator and 2-piece Shiminawa, which give her just a bunch of bonus attack. Constellation 0 and talent 165. Again, she is the newest character in my roster, that's why her investment is not that high. And finally, last but not least, we have the 4-star support character. So my first main support that I built was Diona. She's just all around a great support. If you need a healer or a shielder, just build Diona. She is currently at 179% energy recharge with around 27k health. She does have the Sacrificial Bow at R5, which is her best in slot. Artifact, 4-piece Noblesse, just for attack buff. And Constellation 6, which does make her a really good support, especially with this, giving 200 EM when your character has above 50% health. Talents, 1, 10, 9, these two are buffed up by the Constellation. And then we have the boy himself, the god of Genshin, Bennett. He is currently rocking 1500 attack and then 50% crit rate, 105% crit damage. I built him kind of like a sub DPS. I feel like he would have fit better into that section considering his stats, but in my book he's a pure support. Weapon, the Festering Desire, the first limited weapon I believe back in patch 1.2. He is on once again a 4-piece Noblesse, just for the extra buff. And then Constellation 4, talents 1, 10, 10. This is buffed up by the Constellation. It's actually at level 7. And I crowned this because I'm a meta slave. Then we have Sucrose. Sucrose is just a nice animal support that I actually have been finding myself using more than Venti, even in Abyss. The only stat that really matters on her is Elemental Mastery and Energy Recharge, which is always nice for her burst. But I do have her at 660 Elemental Mastery right now with 150 Energy Recharge. And she does have her best in slot, which is Sacrax. Artifacts, 4-piece Viridescent. Constellation 3, not that high. And talent once again, 195, with this being buffed up by the Constellation. I do have a lot of other characters that I have touched, but however they're not fully built. I tried to use Kujo Sara a while back. She's okay. I did level up Toma, give him stuff and everything, but he's mainly used as a shielder for Hu Tao and doesn't really see any play in any other team. Goro, he's basically grew to Ito, so I don't even have him at level 50. So yeah, that does it for my account showcase. Again, it's not a crazy account. I feel like it falls into the average range, especially when you have spent more than a year in this game, playing it almost every single day. If you have decent knowledge of the game and know what to invest in, I feel like you should be able to easily 36 star Abyss. So, yeah.